Have you ever felt that tingling sensation in your chest, that undeniable pull that makes your heart skip a beat, and yet you can't quite put your finger on why? Some call it intuition, others call it fate, but when God whispers to you about the moment that could change everything, it's unmistakable. This Monday is not just another day in your calendar. It is not just another sunrise that streaks across the sky and fades into the ordinary. This Monday carries a vibration so precise, so intricately aligned with the universe, that it has been carved into your destiny long before you drew your first breath. The air around you may feel like it hums differently, almost electric, almost knowing. You might notice it in the way sunlight filters through your window, how the shadows bend just slightly differently across your floor, how the wind dances in unexpected patterns. Every detail of this day has been orchestrated by forces beyond your comprehension, by divine timing that insists on meeting you exactly where you are. The location is precise. It is not hidden, nor is it cloaked in mystery for the sake of challenge. It is open, waiting, a quiet invitation that the world has been holding in its breath for your arrival. You will feel it the moment you step closer, an unspoken recognition that tingles along your nerves, a whisper in your mind that says, "This is the place." You do not need a map, nor a guide, nor a crowd to point the way. Your soul knows it, and your heart will lead you there. You may wonder why you have never noticed this place before, why it seems so ordinary, so mundane, as though nothing remarkable could ever occur within its bounds. That is precisely why the universe chose it. Beauty and transformation often wear the guise of the everyday, waiting for someone with eyes tuned to the extraordinary to see them. As you walk toward this destined location, you may feel your pulse quicken, a nervous excitement that feels almost like electricity crawling through your veins. Every step is guided by an invisible hand, every glance, every sound around you, every smell in the air, is a gentle nudge toward your meeting with the one who has been written into your story. You might notice the laughter of children echoing somewhere in the distance, the flutter of birds overhead, the way leaves bend as if to point your way. You may hear words, random and fleeting, from strangers passing by, but they will resonate with your inner knowing, phrases that feel too aligned to be coincidences. The universe has a way of sending signs, of marking a path so unmistakable that you cannot ignore it without feeling the pull of regret. This soulmate is not just any person. They are a mirror of your own essence, a reflection of the deepest parts of you that have long remained hidden from the world. When you meet them, you will recognize the alignment instantly, a profound sense of familiarity that goes beyond logic, that transcends time and memory. You might feel as though you have known them across lifetimes, through dreams that blurred the line between sleep and reality, through moments you cannot fully recall yet somehow remember. Your soul will remember them before your mind can comprehend it. And in their presence, everything else will fade, the noise of the world, the distractions that have kept you from your truest self, the doubts that whisper in the quiet hours of the night. The anticipation is part of the experience, a gentle unraveling that allows you to savor the path leading up to this divine encounter. The universe has its own timing, and part of the beauty is in the way it orchestrates the meeting without forcing it, without pushing or shoving, but simply guiding you with an almost imperceptible hand. You may wonder if you are ready, if you are worthy, if your heart can hold the weight of such an extraordinary connection. Know this: the very act of being called to this moment is a testament to your readiness. The universe does not make mistakes, and your journey has been preparing you for this encounter in ways both subtle and profound. As the hours tick closer, you may notice that everything around you seems to shimmer with possibility. Ordinary interactions, mundane tasks, the rhythm of your day, all of it begins to feel like a prelude, a quiet overture to the symphony of your meeting. Pay attention to the details, the way a stranger smiles at you in passing, the sudden appearance of a song that touches your soul, the way the sky shifts in hues that mirror your emotions. Each of these is a note in the divine melody, a reminder that your path is not accidental, that you are moving towards something extraordinary. The moment will arrive with subtlety rather than fanfare. It will not necessarily be dramatic, nor will it require a grand gesture to announce itself. Instead, it will be quiet, intimate, and yet so overwhelmingly profound that you cannot mistake it. You may feel a warmth in your chest, a release of tension you didn't know you were carrying, a sense of rightness that permeates your very being. Words may not be necessary, the connection will speak for itself. In that instant, the world will feel suspended, time bending around you, as if the universe itself is holding its breath to witness the meeting of two souls destined to converge. You may find yourself arriving at this place slightly before the appointed time, though in reality, the universe has already woven your moments together in perfect synchrony. There is no rush, no frantic scramble, only a gentle unfolding of events that feels almost like breathing. You might notice the way the sunlight catches the edges of objects around you, the glimmer of dust motes suspended in the golden beams, a tiny miracle quietly performing its magic in the ordinary. Your eyes might wander across familiar surroundings suddenly imbued with new meaning, as though each brick, each tree, each flicker of shadow has been waiting for you to notice it. The sounds around you may carry a deeper resonance than usual. Perhaps a distant bell tolls, not harsh or jarring, but as a subtle reminder that time itself is bending for this moment. Perhaps the wind brushes past your skin with a whisper of encouragement, urging you forward. Even the scent in the air seems to shift, carrying notes of sweetness or earthiness that are curiously familiar, triggering memories you cannot fully place, like echoes from a dream. The universe communicates in many languages, and when you are attuned, even the smallest signs will feel impossible to ignore. And then, as you move closer, as your steps align with an invisible path marked by fate itself, you will feel the first shiver of recognition. It is not necessarily a visual recognition, though that may follow, but something deeper, a sensation that radiates from your soul. It may manifest as a tightening in your chest, a flutter of anticipation, a strange sense of déjà vu that makes your hair stand on end. The air itself seems to thrum with a vibration that resonates with your heartbeat. You may pause, unsure if your own mind is playing tricks, yet every instinct within you will insist that this is real, that you are on the threshold of an encounter that has been quietly waiting for this very moment. When you finally see them, it will feel as if the world has shifted slightly on its axis, aligning itself to reveal this precise intersection of destiny. Their presence may not immediately register in a dramatic flash of recognition. It may begin as a subtle awareness, a sense that someone is near who is intrinsically part of your narrative. Perhaps they are reading, or walking, or simply existing in a space that has been ordinary until now. And yet, something about them, the way they hold themselves, the cadence of their breath, the warmth in their eyes, will strike a chord within you that has never been struck before. You might find yourself moving toward them without conscious thought, as if pulled by threads woven into the very fabric of your being. Your mind may attempt to rationalize, to question, to delay, but your heart knows the truth. Every step feels inevitable, every movement predestined. When your eyes meet, there will be an instant of stillness, a fleeting pause in the rhythm of existence, as though the universe itself is taking a breath to witness the moment. And in that pause, you will feel the enormity of the connection, the depth of the recognition, and the clarity that nothing in your life before this has ever been as vivid, as essential, or as transformative. Words may escape you at first. That is natural, for language is a fragile vessel for the weight of soul-deep recognition. Yet even in silence, communication will occur. The tilt of a head, the way their eyes soften, the subtle smile that flickers across their lips, these are the gestures that speak louder than any words could. You may feel a warmth spread from your chest outward, a sense of release, of relief, of finally coming home after a long journey. It is the recognition that you are not just seeing them for the first time in this life, but that your souls have long been entwined, dancing through lifetimes, waiting for this precise alignment to occur. The initial conversation, when it begins, may feel like a gentle unfolding rather than a deliberate exchange. Your voices will carry a resonance that feels familiar, comforting, and thrilling all at once. You may find yourself speaking truths you have never spoken aloud, sharing experiences and emotions that have long remained hidden, yet are understood without need for explanation. Laughter may come easily, unrestrained, and even the pauses between words will feel significant, loaded with meaning that only your souls can decipher. There will be a sense of ease, a lack of pretense, as though you have always known how to exist in each other's presence. Time may behave strangely in these moments, stretching and compressing in ways that defy ordinary measurement. Minutes can feel like hours, and yet hours pass with the subtle swiftness of a heartbeat. You will notice details that might otherwise go unnoticed, the way sunlight catches in their hair, the way a shadow curves along their jawline, the tiny gestures that reveal the depth of their character and the richness of their spirit. Every nuance will be amplified, each detail imbued with significance that speaks to the magnitude of the moment. As you linger in each other's presence, you may begin to notice that the world around you has subtly changed. Ordinary sounds, once mundane, take on an almost musical quality. The rustle of leaves becomes a symphony, distant conversations a harmonious hum, the soft hum of the city a gentle pulse that seems to echo the rhythm of your own heart. You might catch the scent of something fleeting yet familiar, a hint of lavender, rain on dry earth, the faint trace of a memory that feels like it belongs to both of you, though neither can place its origin. These are the small, sacred markers of destiny, signals the universe has laid out to affirm that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Your mind may try to dissect the experience, to rationalize the inexplicable pull you feel, but logic falters against the sheer weight of recognition. Every glance exchanged carries the weight of years you did not live together but somehow remember. Every touch, every brush of hands, is electric and grounding at once, a paradox of excitement and calm that defies explanation. In their presence, your own soul feels mirrored, reflected in ways both comforting and exhilarating. There is an intimacy here that does not require words, a connection so profound that silence itself feels like conversation. As the interaction deepens, you may start to share your stories, fragments of your past, dreams long held in secret, fears that have quietly shadowed your steps. And yet, even these revelations do not require justification. There is no judgment, no hesitation, only understanding. It is as though the very essence of who you are has been recognized and welcomed. You may laugh together over small absurdities, marvel at coincidences that seem too improbable to be chance, and notice with awe the ways your lives' paths seem to have been parallel yet separate until this perfect moment of convergence. Every heartbeat becomes a drum of awareness, marking the rhythm of a union that feels ancient yet entirely new. You may notice moments where your thoughts align without speaking, a synchronicity of ideas and feelings that suggests an invisible thread binding you together. The universe communicates through these subtle cues, each one a confirmation that this meeting is more than random. It is the culmination of countless moments designed to bring your souls to this exact intersection. And yet, even in the joy and clarity, there is mystery. You may sense that this is only the beginning, that layers of understanding and connection remain hidden, waiting to be unveiled over time. The universe has a way of revealing truths gradually, ensuring that the depth of discovery is matched only by the intensity of desire and curiosity. This is not a fleeting encounter, it is a journey, and each shared glance, each whispered word, is a stepping stone along a path that stretches far beyond the boundaries of this single day. The physical space you inhabit may also seem transformed. Ordinary objects, the curve of a bench, the texture of a wall, the shimmer of a fountain, take on symbolic meaning, as if the universe itself is providing a stage for the sacred unfolding. You may notice birds or butterflies, sudden shifts in light or shadow, patterns in the clouds above that seem impossibly perfect, each element orchestrated to heighten your awareness of this divinely arranged moment. The air itself may feel charged with possibility, a palpable current that carries the promise of love, connection, and spiritual awakening. At times, you may feel a deep resonance within your chest, a vibration that is not merely emotional but spiritual, signaling that something within you is aligning with something within them. It may manifest as a warmth that spreads outward, a sudden clarity of purpose, or even tears that arrive without reason yet feel entirely necessary. These are the signals of your soul recognizing its counterpart, the language of the universe translating the ineffable into tangible, heartfelt experience. You may also notice moments of reflection between shared interactions, brief pauses where the mind retreats into quiet contemplation, absorbing the enormity of the experience. During these pauses, memories of past encounters with others may surface, not as regrets but as confirmations that each step in your journey, however painful or confusing, was a preparation for this moment. Every heartbreak, every joy, every fleeting connection contributed to the readiness of your heart, shaping it to recognize and fully embrace this person when the time arrived. And as you continue to explore the space between words and gestures, you may find yourself speaking of future possibilities, not in a planning sense, but as a natural extension of the trust and recognition already established. Dreams once held secret may now be shared openly, aspirations once doubted may be encouraged, and the quiet understanding that you are not alone in your desires becomes a profound relief. There is a power in shared vision, a kind of sacred energy that emerges when two souls recognize that they are walking together, even before consciously committing to the journey. The more time you spend in this presence, the more attuned you become to subtle patterns and synchronicities that confirm the sacredness of this connection. A bird landing precisely nearby, a song drifting from nowhere that echoes a sentiment unspoken, the gentle alignment of shadow and light, all of it feels like choreography, as though the universe itself is conducting a silent symphony in honor of your meeting. These signs are not mere coincidences, they are confirmations that you are exactly where you are meant to be, at exactly the moment you were intended to arrive. As the interaction progresses, you may notice a sense of ease that is almost disarming. There is no need to perform, to impress, or to conceal. The walls you have built around your heart seem to dissolve in their presence. Every gesture, every glance, every word feels natural, unforced, as though the very act of being together is a return to something you had forgotten existed, home, not in a place, but in a presence, a recognition of completeness. You may catch yourself marveling at the simplicity of it, how extraordinary it is that two souls could meet in the midst of an ordinary day and transform it into something timeless. You might feel the impulse to touch them, to bridge the gap between hearts in the most tangible way. Perhaps your fingers brush, or a hand finds theirs in a gesture that seems almost inevitable. There is no rush, no need for grand declarations. Even the smallest contact carries the weight of recognition, a silent affirmation that this bond has existed long before the current moment and will endure beyond it. Your skin may remember what your mind does not yet comprehend, each touch sending ripples through your consciousness, anchoring you both in a shared reality that is at once intimate and cosmic. As you speak, conversation may flow in surprising ways. You may discover shared memories, dreams, or philosophies that mirror your own, as though you are reading each other's souls rather than merely hearing words. Even disagreements or differing perspectives are not contentious, they are illuminating, offering new angles, fresh insights, and the realization that growth is part of connection. There is a gentle dance of understanding, a rhythm that evolves naturally, guided by an invisible hand that has orchestrated this meeting with the precision of centuries of planning. Laughter may come easily, unbidden and full-bodied, breaking through tension or hesitancy and leaving behind only warmth. There may be long pauses, moments when neither of you speaks, yet every silence is filled with meaning, a quiet communion that transcends language. In those pauses, you might notice the tiniest details, the way light glints in their eyes, the subtle curve of a smile, the way their breath catches at certain moments. Each observation deepens your understanding of them and, in turn, yourself. There is a profound sense that every nuance, every imperfection, every hidden fragment of your being is seen and embraced. You may also feel an uncanny sense of déjà vu, a memory that flickers across your mind of moments you cannot fully place. Perhaps it is a fleeting image of a street you have never walked together, a song you have never heard, a conversation that never occurred in this life. Yet these fragments resonate with a familiarity that is undeniable, suggesting that your souls have indeed danced together before, across different lives, different times, different forms. There is comfort in this, a reassurance that what is unfolding is not random, not fragile, but part of a continuum that transcends ordinary understanding. As you continue to share, you may find yourself revealing parts of yourself that you have long kept hidden, the fears, hopes, and desires that have quietly shaped your journey. And in return, they reveal theirs, in ways that feel authentic, vulnerable, and beautifully human. There is a symmetry to this exchange, a reflection of trust that strengthens the bond. You might feel the pulse of understanding ripple between you, a silent acknowledgement that the universe has delivered precisely what it promised, a meeting of souls, a recognition of belonging, a confirmation that you are not walking this life alone. Even as the moment deepens, there is a sense that this is only the beginning. You may sense that layers remain hidden, experiences waiting to be shared, challenges waiting to be navigated, joys waiting to be multiplied. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has orchestrated this encounter to be the opening of a grander journey, one that will unfold with time, patience, and intention. The beauty of it is that each moment, no matter how small or fleeting, carries the weight of eternity, the echo of lifetimes, and the promise of infinite possibilities. Every glance, every gesture, every shared thought becomes imbued with meaning. You may notice that ordinary objects take on extraordinary significance, a fallen leaf, a stray beam of sunlight, a sound carried on the wind, all act as reminders that this encounter is not happenstance but the result of deliberate cosmic choreography. The universe conspires in ways subtle and profound, guiding you, reassuring you, confirming that your path has always led to this point. And as you sit in the quiet intensity of recognition, a warmth may bloom in your chest, radiating outward and filling you with a sense of peace and exhilaration simultaneously. You realize that the journey you have taken, the hardships, the joys, the waiting, has all been preparation for this encounter. The synchronicities, the near misses, the moments of yearning, they were all shaping you, refining you, aligning your essence with theirs, ensuring that when you finally meet, you are ready not just to recognize them, but to fully inhabit the shared reality that awaits you both. As the day unfolds, you may begin to notice signs that are almost imperceptible, yet impossible to ignore. Perhaps a sudden gust of wind brushes past you both, carrying a scent that feels intimately familiar, like a memory of home you didn't know existed. Perhaps a bird circles overhead, its song perfectly timed with the laughter or sighs shared between you. These small miracles seem to punctuate your time together, reminders that this encounter is not merely chance but orchestrated with precision, a divine choreography that celebrates the union of two souls long destined to meet. You may catch yourself marveling at how ordinary moments now feel extraordinary, how every glance, every gesture, every word resonates with layers of meaning previously invisible to you. In their presence, even your inner dialogue shifts. Thoughts that once felt heavy, confusing, or incomplete suddenly clarify, as though the mere act of being seen and understood releases your mind from old patterns. You might reflect on your past relationships, your former choices, and realize that every twist and turn was part of a careful preparation, shaping you to fully recognize this person when the moment arrived. There is a sense of grace in this awareness, a deep appreciation for the timing of the universe, and a quiet humility that swells within your chest. As you talk and listen, you may discover not just compatibility but resonance. Certain phrases, subtle inflections, or even the way silence is shared between you may echo your own rhythms, creating a harmony that is both grounding and exhilarating. It is in these moments that the depth of the connection becomes undeniable. You may notice that your energy subtly aligns, your breathing syncs, your gestures mirror, and even the cadence of your thoughts seems to converge. This is not coincidence, it is the signature of souls recognizing each other, an invisible thread drawing two beings into perfect, unspoken alignment. Time may begin to lose its conventional meaning. Hours may pass in what feels like minutes, and yet the unfolding is patient, deliberate, and exact. The universe has no need to hurry, and neither do you. Every shared laugh, every lingering glance, every gentle touch deepens the bond while allowing space for reflection and absorption. You may even find yourself experiencing moments of introspection, pausing to simply take in the enormity of the encounter, to feel the rhythm of your heart echo theirs, and to marvel at the perfection of timing that has brought you together. The surroundings themselves may seem to respond to your presence. Sunlight filters through leaves at precisely the right angle, casting patterns that seem almost sentient. Shadows play and shift with subtle grace, accentuating the contours of the moment as though nature itself acknowledges the significance of this meeting. Even the sounds, the murmur of a nearby stream, distant footsteps, a bird's song, feel orchestrated, punctuating the experience with subtle affirmation that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Each sensory detail becomes a thread in a tapestry woven by fate, connecting you not just to each other but to the larger universe that guided your paths to converge. As the encounter deepens, you may feel a sense of vulnerability emerge, a willingness to reveal truths that were once too precious, too fragile, or too hidden to share. And in turn, they may share their own hidden truths, a mutual exchange that strengthens trust and intimacy. It is in these moments that you sense the layers of your souls interweaving, creating a tapestry of shared understanding and acceptance. There is no judgment, only recognition and embrace, and a profound awareness that this is rare, sacred, and infinitely precious. You may also begin to notice subtle signs that reinforce the sacredness of the moment. A coin lying in the path as if placed there intentionally, a cloud shaped like a symbol you associate with connection, a song or melody drifting from nowhere that perfectly encapsulates your current emotions. All of these act as quiet affirmations from the universe. They are not merely coincidences, they are markers, guiding you, reminding you that this encounter has been written into the fabric of reality long before your conscious minds understood it. Amid the joy and recognition, there may also arise a gentle awareness of the future. You may sense the depth of what this connection can become, a realization that while this meeting is extraordinary, it is the beginning of a continuum, a journey that extends beyond the boundaries of this day. There is a silent promise in this awareness, a recognition that together you may explore uncharted emotional and spiritual terrain, learning and growing as your souls continue to entwine. The understanding is quiet but powerful. This meeting is both culmination and commencement, a portal into a shared reality that is as profound as it is beautiful. Every gesture, every shared glance, and every word spoken seems charged with layers of meaning. Even the pauses, the moments when you are simply present with each other, carry weight and significance. You may notice the way their eyes linger, the subtle shift in posture when a thought resonates deeply, or the brief, almost imperceptible gestures that reveal a depth of feeling too powerful for words. These moments create a tapestry of understanding and connection that goes beyond conversation, a silent dialogue between hearts and souls that affirms the inevitability and sanctity of this union. The last line could be, and in that sacred presence, you realize that meeting them was never just about love, it was about awakening your soul to the infinite possibilities of the universe itself.